Hi. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting of the October 10th, 2024 TRPA Hearings Officer to order at 2 p.m. My name is Marcia Birch, and I'll be serving as the Hearings Officer today. First item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Have there been any changes to the agenda?
There have not been changes, although Julie may want to move her first item because the consultant is not on yet. So Julie,
Okay.
what do you think?
Yeah, can we flip the first two and do
Sure.
the second item first? Thank you.
I'm
Okay.
on.
Oh,
Was that was Marshall.
That was Marshall.
We're waiting for Phil and he's not.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
Oh, that was
Abby.
Abby.
Oh, that was Abby.
That was Abby.
Yeah.
Hi, Abby.
Hi.
okay.
Um,
So
We'll
I'll
just
go
give him a
ahead.
couple moments.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll start with item B. I'll switch items A and B.
Thank you.
All right, and so with that change, I'll approve the agenda as it was posted. Our third item is public interest comments for no action. Any member of the public who wishes to address the hearings officer on any item that is not listed as a public hearing item on the agenda today may do so at this time. Public comments on any public hearing item will be taken at the time those agenda items are heard. The hearings officer is prohibited by law from taking immediate action on or discussing issues raised by the public that are not listed on the agenda. So I'll open it up for any public interest comments.
There is no public in the room with us, so I'll ask people online. If anybody online would like to address the hearings officer, now is the time to raise your hand and we will call on you and you can address the hearings officer. There are no hands raised.
Okay, then I will close the public interest comments. So item number 4, announcement of appeal rights. Any decision of the hearings officer is appealable to the TRPA governing board. The notice of appeal, which can be found on TRPA's website, and the associated fees must be filed within 21 days of the hearings officer's decision. Okay, and that brings us to our public hearing items. And I'll go ahead and take item B first. This is Head Again Land Capability Challenge, 749 Tyner Way, Washoe County, Nevada. Assessor's parcel number 125-132-23. TRPA file number LCAP 2024-0073. And this is Julie Roll.
Yes, this is Julie Roll. So as Marcia stated, this is a land capability challenge, and the field work for this one was completed by the TRPA consultant, Marshall Munike. The property was originally verified as class 1A and class 3, but based on the field evaluation, TRPA staff recommends changing the land capability to class 2 and class 4. And I do believe we have Marshall online, so she can give us a little more information about what she found on site. And then also I just want to let you know that we have not received any public comments on this item so far.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, this is Marshall here. Sorry, there's construction going next door. I hope that's not too loud. Yeah, this parcel is up an incline and it's mapped. It was originally mapped as UMF and part MSE. UMF is shallow or 20 to 40 inch deep soil over volcanic bedrock. And the MSE soil is a glacial outwash soil on moraines. It is very deep, but it's supposed to have a silica cemented layer down around 50, 60 inches. So those are lower capability soils because the Oompa soil is shallower and the MSE has that silica cemented layer at depth. And in the pit we observed, the soil was very deep and it didn't have the silica cemented horizon. It did have some glacial till or outwash material, or even possibly ancient lake sediments at the very bottom when the Lake Tahoe was actually 500 feet higher or something. So it was kind of interesting, but it doesn't make the soil any restrictions on the soil drainage. So based on the slope classes, it becomes class 4 and small section of class 2, where the slopes were over 30% still. So yeah, this parcel is kind of on the boundary of like hill slope with bedrock versus kind of an outwash valley along the highway, Mount Rose Highway. So if you have any questions.
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Thanks.
So I reviewed the staff report and Marshall just did a good job of explaining this. I don't have any additional questions for staff, so we'll go ahead and open this up for public comment.
All right, there is nobody in the room, so I'll ask anybody online. If you would like to comment on this item, please raise your hand now and we will call on you and you can address the hearings officer. There are no hands raised.
Okay. So I will go ahead and close the public comments and take action. I will approve the proposed land capability challenge as presented in the staff report. All right, so we can go on to item A. Oh no, I'm on the wrong one. Okay. So this was item B. Okay. The Tarpley Family Trust Land Capability Challenge at 435 Snowbird Loop, Placer County, California, APN 098-112-003, TRPA file number LCAP 2024-0168. And this is also Julie Roll's item.
Yes, this is Julie Roll again. So another land capability challenge. In this one, the fieldwork was completed by TRPA consultant Phil Scholes. Based on his evaluation, staff recommends changing the land capability from class 3 to classes 4 and 6. And I do think we have Phil now, so Jessica maybe can unmute him.
Yes.
And he can give us some more details about what he found on site.
Phil, I just unmuted you. You should be able to talk.
Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Oh, great. Doing this sort of remotely. I'm teaching a class and in the field. Okay, so this land capability challenge, is a property that is mapped as class 3 and it's being changed to class 4 and class 6. And what we found out is that this is originally mapped having the Tahoe series, and that's a very rocky soil. It forms on moraines. And the conditions that we found when it was excavated were that it was a little less rocky, but most importantly, the Tahoe series, as it's mapped, has a restricting layer down deep in the soil that's silica cemented rocks and gravels and things. And this soil did not have that key feature. And without that key feature, it doesn't perch water, so the land capability is much greater or better value than what's mapped. So there is no soil series in the 1974 soil survey that is similar to this. So it goes as an unmapped soil or unnamed soil, and what we designate as a 3X type. And so we had 2 slope classes, one of them that is 0 to 16%, and a second one is 16 to 30%. And pardon me, and for the properties, meaning that the area sort of in the west and south is an area that has the more gentle slopes, and the areas on the north and east have steeper slopes. So those came out as class 4 for steeper, class 6 for the less steep.
All right. Thank you, Phil.
And Martha, I
So-
think we also have Abby Edwards on representing the owner, so I don't know if she has anything she wants to add.
Yes, happy to hear from Abigail.
Good afternoon, this is Abigail Edwards. I have no comments and we're very happy with the results.
Okay, well, thank you. So after reviewing the staff report and hearing Phil's presentation and Julie's, I don't have any additional questions. So let's go ahead and open this up for public comment.
All right, there are
before
no
you do
members
that-
of the public. Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh, I just think I might have spotted a typo in the staff report.
Okay.
And I don't know if this got corrected or not. In the third paragraph on the staff report where it starts off with background, it says this parcel being challenged is currently mapped as class 1D. That should be 1A.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay,
I see that.
thank you.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. Thank you for correcting that. Okay. Okay, so we were going to go ahead and open for public comment.
All right, there's nobody in the room. So if any member of the public online would like to comment on this item, please raise your hand now by using the raised hand button at the bottom of your Zoom screen. There are no hands raised to comment on this item.
Okay, well then I will go ahead and close the public hearing and take action. I will approve the proposed land capability challenge based upon the staff report with the correction that Phil added there at the end. And that takes care of this item. Okay, so we'll go to our final public hearing item. Spellman tear down of a single family dwelling and construction of a new single family dwelling in the Tahoe Meadows Historic District, 3779 Beach Road, South Lake Tahoe, California. Assessor's parcel number 029-101-023, TRPA file number ERSP 2023-0758. And this is Brandy McMahon's item.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so the subject site, it's located in the Tahoe Meadows Historic Districts, which has been on the National Register of Historic Places since 1990. In the staff report, I reference a letter from the historic district. In that letter, it says the subject site is not a contributing resource. But all projects within the historic districts are reviewed by the HOA to ensure the integrity of the historic district. And there is an email attached to the staff report where the HOA approves the project. The TRPA code also requires that projects, either historic projects or projects in historic districts, be reviewed by the hearings officer, which is why we're here today. It is a lakefront property. The reason this project took a while to get before the hearings officer is they needed a scenic plan where they had included proposed screening. We recently, I reached out to them because they were proposing blue spruce. I didn't think that was appropriate. They modified that to be Jeffrey pines and aspen. And I did confirm with our forester that that was appropriate in this area. The whole site is mapped as being in land capability district class 1B, which is stream environment zone. They are proposing to relocate 433 square feet of land coverage. And under the code, for every foot of land coverage that you locate in a stream environment zone, you have to permanently retire half a foot. So half a square foot. So they are permanently retiring 218 square feet. So there is an environmental benefit there. And staff is recommending approval of the project.
Okay, and have you received any public comments?
I have not.
All right. Okay, so I don't have any additional questions at this time. Is there a representative for the applicant?
So not in the room. I
Okay.
did request that Tim Farrell and Wendy Spellman become panelists. I don't know
The
if they have any.
Spellmans are online.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask them to unmute. I don't see Mr.
There we
Farrell.
go. We're the Spellmans.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to give the applicant an opportunity if you would like to add anything to the staff report.
Want to add anything?
No, sounds accurate.
Okay. Great. All right, Brandy, were you expecting anyone else?
No.
Okay, Okay, this is fine. The staff report was very clear, very thorough. I don't have any additional questions. So let's go ahead and open this up for public comment.
All right, there's still nobody in the room, so I will ask if any member of the public online would like to comment on this item, please raise your hand now by pressing on the raise hand button at the bottom of your Zoom screen. There are no hands raised to comment on this item.
Okay, well, then I will go ahead and close the public hearing. And I will take action on this item. I will approve the findings contained in the staff summary, including a finding of no significant environmental effect. And I will approve the project based on the staff summary, the record evidence, and subject to the conditions contained in the attached draft TRPA permit. Okay. So that wraps up our public hearing items. And I will go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 2:16.
Thank you.
Thank you.